Hey guys, this is Az here alongside Tracy Cartsu McLean.
Hello.
And we're into the top 8 now, still in the upper bracket. We're going to follow into match 2. We saw Mike Sheikle win his first game in a pretty close-out style against Barry. We saw Jared beat Nicole, Ken beat Wayne, and Mike beat Daryl. So they're progressing in the upper bracket, and we're going to follow along with Mike and Jared in their first game of the day. So Jared playing the only making news. When I did the overlays for this, I had to double take. I typed Near Earth Hub and then went, hold on a second, he's not playing Near Earth Hub.
That's not Near Earth Hub.
With his beautiful Alt-R ID.
It really is very pretty. But it's so like Jared, I think, to play something a little different from everybody else.
I think this was a bit of his baby.
Yeah.
And I think seeing people on the day play decks that were kind of unique to them, and we did see a few decks, especially with the medium dig decks, and some personal evolution that I don't think you usually expect. It's nice seeing people playing what they enjoy and what they've kind of brewed.
Yeah.
So Mike on the left, we're going to see his Andromeda again. So see if he gets 9 cards that are favourable to him, and Jared's just getting ready to see his first draw. Waiting for Mike to cut.
I don't think he noticed that Mike was like, no, it's okay.
Mike, not known for cutting his decks. Does it against me all the time. I've got to, yeah. Oh, down a bit, Mike, please. It's an Earthrise. I'm gonna make an assumption that he was pointing at Plascrete saying, I'm gonna need this.
Yes, I think he was. There was definitely a Plascrete in there.
So sure gamble, security testing, Earthrise. I mean, it's a nice opening hand. Looks like he kept 2 Plascretes. That's a snare.
That's definitely a snare
and
in there.
And a Bale. Hard to see what else. It looked like a marked accounts. Yeah, marked accounts. A Caduceus. So we're already seeing things.
That's a mulligan, apparently.
Yeah, an interesting hand. We're already seeing bits of ice that are going to take advantage of the 2 credits to trade. So yeah. Caduceus is an obvious splash. And not an easy one for Andromeda to deal with until she's got a silencer rig up. You don't really want to be wasting a fair or 2 on a Caduceus.
No, definitely not.
And the great thing I like about making use of Caduceus is you res it for 3 and then you can pop those 2 credits in to either get your 3 credits back or to stop the run depending on the situation. So it's almost like a free res.
I do love that he slits and sneaky little traps in here though. I think that's fantastic. You don't expect it from MBN at all. Not even Butcher Shop. You're not going to expect a snare from there.
No, absolutely not. So must keep this hand, and let's see. So hedge fund first, can't beat that.
No, fantastic first pick.
No sweeps week though against Andromeda, which would have been ideal.
There's nothing better than playing sweeps week
well.
against Andromeda.
So click 1 hedge fund, click 2, 3 ice, can't beat that. That's pretty good standard opening.
Pretty solid.
So Mike's going to return, sure gamble. We'll probably see him start to just get rig up. Wow, he must have been putting in the Plascrete.
Yeah.
Suspect something straight away. Don't know if he's either heard something on the day or if he's just getting ready. Pops down security test and goes runner and passes the turn. So that looked like a June bug and a closed accounts, which is pretty spicy.
Yes, very spicy. Definitely. Oh, hello, restructure.
Wow, so that's amazing. That's quite a huge economy advantage straight out the gate.
It's all of the money.
Possibly a hash, although I'm not sure. No, it can't be. Oh, it is an ash too. So really stretching the influence here with a few traps and an ash. Jared just having a bit of a shuffle, sitting on a pretty healthy credit pool of 15.
It's definitely 2 Plascretes in hand for Mike. Is that just
take credits? And thought he passed the turn, but I think what he did was just run for security testing. Was actually what he did there. So Earthrise installed. These guys in their click trackers, and then a couple of credits to finish off. Okay.
What do we predict? I think
there is a sweeps week, turn too late. I don't know if you put down an undefended Junebug, but there's a Flare and an Astro in hand. So Flare straight installed, does have the credits to res it and to boost the trace. And a Flare hit could see the Plascrete trashed. I believe Flare kills a piece of hardware. Or if Desperado hits the table, oh my goodness.
Oh, that could be painful.
Okay, so this is big. So the security testing's kind of... Oh, he is going to run it too without any breakers. Wow, so this couldn't have gone better, I don't think, for Jared here. And there's nothing that Mike can do about this. He can't afford to fight the trace. So, if I'm right, I think it kills the hardware before it does damage. Let's Let's see, I'm just doing some quick checks to see how much Jared wants to boost this by. He's going to boost it with the 2 recurring credits, which of course I think is pretty. And yeah, he's now having a bit of a think.
Class Creator Desperado.
This is pretty ideal. Like, I don't think this could have gone nicer for Jared here.
What would you choose?
I think you'd kill the Desperado. Depends how much he's relying on tagging, but I think the Ghost Runner credits here are just being looked at. Does he have enough with the Ghost Runner credits? Is he paying through the trace? He is. And it's just an Ash. Wowee. So I'm quite surprised Jared didn't pump all the way there to put that beyond fighting. Just recutting the clips back. But that's still a really good piece of ice res. And yeah, you trash the hardware, and then you do 2 meat that can't be prevented, and then the run gets ended. So I guess trashing the hardware at this stage, trashing the Desperado would have been a pretty nice hit, but maybe he just didn't want to make the investment and go completely per.
Well, the thing is now he knows he can safely put an agenda down behind that flare, because Mike's just not going to have enough money for a turn or 2 to run it.
Well, I mean, I must admit that scares me, because I mean, all it would take would be a Switchblade with 2 stealth credits, one of which is already sitting on Ghost Runner there, or a Fairy, and he could run it. But what's actually keeping it in check here is the Ash.
The Ash, yeah. Because he'd have to beat the trace on the flare and then attempt to beat the Ash.
So run on HQ, try and force the corp out of some money. Oh, I'm just making sure the credits were paid. Oh, he's counting credits. It looks like Mike is using Jared's credits to decide whether he wants to account siphon or not, or he's just playing some mental.
Doing a little bit of mental arithmetic. What is it? Is it just a wall?
Just a wall of static, yeah. Does exactly what you need it to do. So there's an HQ interface there. This Ghost Runner's definitely going to be useful. I mean, it's no harm in clearing out your hand a little bit here. But none of his rig yet. No corroder, no switchblade.
All of which are core. This deck.
Yeah, right now, Earthrise just needs to bring Mike something he really wants.
Something really good. Either something with money, or...
Money wise, he's getting 3 credits for 1 click, as long as that archive stays open from the Desperado and security testing.
Oh, there's a cloak.
But until he gets a breaker, he's really stuck. And if Jared can kind of take advantage of this, he's going to get this Astro. Yep. Okay. So now the pressure is really on Mike to get some speed going.
He needs to pick it up.
Whatever this Earthrise brings, it could do with more draw or breaker. It's a John Massonori and a Switchblade. Wow,
That's
okay.
exactly what he needs right now.
So you can install the John and then make a run on archives for a card and 3 credits, or you could do the Switchblade and try and get in and trash the Ash while the corpse purr. That being said, Mike's not floating a lot of cash himself.
Currently 0. Personally, I think I probably would have gone down the run archive, installed John. Yeah.
The tricky thing is, I guess, that it would have been an extra card, which is great. Maybe he is fearing installing the Massonori because he doesn't want to be tagged. He really does seem to be playing against the Scorch.
Yeah, this is true. Maybe thinking 2.
But he did. He went in and actually got himself the Ash kill, which I think is a fantastic play. I absolutely do. And it looks like just click for 3 credits for Jared. So what Mike really needs to do now, he's done really well to get rid of that Ash, which is fantastic. He's kind of, his draw mechanics kind of stopped now, but he has the R&D interface in hand. If he can get a little bit of R&D pressure, which is exactly what he's going to do. Okay, so wraparound's a real horrible card to come up against here. And draws into his Refractor, which is not what he needs.
No.
Jared is meanwhile just wanting to keep 3 credits and hope to top another Astro.
What was that Mike just drew into?
Looked like another security testing or an account siphon, just trying to see.
Oh wow, trash the HQ interface.
I think at this point with the Astro counting the board, he's just assuming that there's nothing he wants in HQ.
Yeah. And with just a wall of static in front of it as well.
What did Jared just draw into? Oh, that's, I mean, very reasonable play here. If this is another wraparound, or even something like a pop-up window.
Just punish him for trying to get in.
Yeah, absolutely. There's pretty few ice that you put there. I mean, if he does draw into Caduceus, it would be fantastic there. There's nothing I think he can put there that would be particularly bad. Anything to cut off the revenue stream for Andy.
Be interesting to see if it was a crick. That would be hilarious.
I don't know if he's quite got the influence to be that spicy, but it is a Caduceus. So this is great. He's going to break it, which is fine, but it's going to cost him 2 stealth credits to do so. And he gains his 3 back. And then gets the sure gamble. So yeah, Mike is like a step away, is a barrier breaker away from putting a ton of pressure on the R&D here, with the R&D interface in hand. And a second security testing.
He trashed his R&D interface.
I tried his HQ
interface, yeah.
No.
With his little Wayland mug.
There's a Beal, which really, I don't think you want to be scoring. You can't risk it.
Is it 2 Beals?
Hard to tell what that first card is.
Yeah.
He is doing some math. Looks like Jared's taking 3 credits and passing the turn. And security testing going on the remote and on archives, which seems fair enough. Now John's going down. So this is good. So he's running archives. 2 stealth credits is going to get him a card and 3 credits, which is pretty awesome. And there's that. Oh my goodness.
That's just all the money.
So that's a great return. There's the card draw from John. He's going to draw again, and that's an account siphon. Account siphon normally against NEH, you wouldn't really favour it that strongly. But Jared drew into an Astro.
And he's playing Making News, not NEH.
So, sorry. But what I was going to say was normally against NEH, account siphon not that good. Because if they go to 0-1 credits, they can still look to ship them from Sansan. But the way that Jared looks like he's built here is far more trap and offensive ice and trace orientated. So he's maybe not running the shipment from Sansans and that kind of fast road swing.
Yeah, and needing then you get in. I can't speak English today.
Oh, and we're just missing. Oh my lord. He actually just drew into another Astro. And he's got the Beal in hand. And Mike, that turn was so quick. He just drew into an Astro last turn, scored it. This turn drew into an Astro and scored it. And I think his Beal's in hand. And Mike's still looking for a barrier breaker, a fractor.
At this point, I don't think there's, and unless he miraculously.
I mean, this is where the account siphon could come in, but there's no barrier breaker to get in there. He did have an inside job in his hand earlier, but all the money and all the cards in the world aren't going to help him unless he gets it. He could inside job the hand or R&D. I think you probably assume that there isn't an agenda in hand, or there's a Beal.
Yeah.
So he's going to inside job as a HQ or R&D. It is R&D for 2 cards.
Yes.
Wow. Sees a Beal and nothing, but it's not going to matter because there is a Beal in hand, and oh my goodness.
Do you think Jared was happy with that?
I think he was pretty chuffed there. So those Astros just came, and I bet you Mike is just looking for his Corroder right now. Oh, well, there's a special order, would have got it. Well, wow, so yeah, the power of Astro and the flare res there was pretty epic. So thanks so much for watching that, guys. You can see the first match from the upper bracket on the left, or you can follow us into what will be the upper bracket final on the right, and then we'll be heading into the lower bracket matches after that. Thanks for watching.